I honestly feel like it's been a while since people have been like really hyped up for a champion. And Beta Ray Bill, or like Bethany Ray William, the formal name, he is one of the most anticipated characters ever, right? So yeah, the hype has been insane for this champion, and I think it's safe to say that he does live up to the hype, because I think he just has like, he does what the community loves, and that is just a lot of damage. We are damage simps. I think like 99% of us are. And this man just does so much damage. Like, here we drop the SP2, we charge the heavy attack to get up the buff pause and the intensifies, so when we drop the SP1, the fury will be supercharged, and then the shock detonation is gonna do a lot of damage. So yeah, here we drop the SP1, and look at that burst damage. Like, that is one-shotting like any Battlegrounds health pool essentially, but then you get to do it again. Just like straight up, you do it again, and you get a second fury as well. So look at this damage. It's so much overkill. That was like a 1-minute fight. Pretty good stuff. He does have to ramp up a bit via the SP2, but like once he's like ramped up, the damage output is insane. But now we have the Crucible here, and this honestly is like a lifesaver for content creators, because I don't have to go like through a whole path now to access a boss. I can just use the Crucible. So here we have this Yandu boss, and this one has super masochism, and this one's really nice for Beta Ray Bill, because Beta Ray Bill, what do I just want to call him? Bethany? I'll call him Bethany. So Bethany so Bethany over here, his shocks are passive, and his Intimidate is passive, his Infuriate is passive. He has pretty much all passive, so he bypasses masochism really well. And just like the damage output, he's just like a really strong general DPS. Of course, he needs the opponent to like not be shock immune, because if they are, then he is pretty much a nothing burger. But like, if they can be shocked, he is going to destroy them. So yeah, now we have 3 furies built up, and it's gonna be game over, because just look at this damage here. Also, take a look at this. Like, the animations are top tier for Bethany over here. Like, this is honestly so good. And I feel like that's another reason why he does live up to the hype, because the animations for like Beta Ray Bill, just so good, man. Like, they really treated this character with like a lot of care and a lot of respect. So yeah, I am a huge fan of this champion. I am glad that he was done justice, because 2024 champion wise has been a bit like 50-50. You have some good ones, you have some ones that I feel like are really underappreciated, like the leader, but then you have just like the straight up stinkers like Silver Sable. But this guy feels like a breath of fresh air, because like his okay, so here's the thing with like 2024 champions, they just don't know what damage is, to be honest. But like Beta Ray Bill, he is just all damage, so it's just so satisfying, and it just feels so refreshing, because like, I guess Prowler's a good DPS, but I mean, I guess Spider-Punk too. Like, there's 2 of them, but besides like those 2 characters, like no one does burst as well as Beta Ray Bill in 2024. Like, not even Spider-Punk does it as good as Bill, I feel like. Like, this man is the king of burst damage in 2024. And we're not even at the long fights yet, man. Oh my gosh, that is just, it is unreal. Like, him in long fights, Bethany just pops off. Bethany Bill over here just pops off. And like, that was a Ultron boss. I forgot to mention this while that fight was playing. He can pulverize any armor. So for example, this guillotine fight, watch, the fight starts, we go for the medium, or go for the heavy attack because it's guillotine, but then check this out. We're going to go for a medium, and yeah, the armor gets pulverized. So that is not an armor break, so anyone that is like armor break immune, they can't bypass Bill's pulverize. So yeah, that's really strong. So like for Red Skull, for like future Ant-Man, that is so nice. He is meant to like hard counter future Ant-Man, because he does have that steady debuff, or that steady buff, sorry. But yeah, like for tech characters, he is just going to destroy them. There are other cosmics that are meant to hard counter tech characters, like Gladiator, for example. And I feel like Gladiator is maybe a better burst character, but I mean, look at this guy's burst as well. They're both like really strong, obviously. So yeah, the 7-star cosmic class, it's looking very nice right now, and it's all thanks to like Bill and, you know, buffed Gladiator, of course the Serpent, but he's a bit too good. So it's like, yeah, this guy feels a bit more balanced, but to be honest, him in long fights, I wouldn't really call it balanced, but you'll see in a second. But now we have Footloose here, so I chose to showcase this because Bethany here does have grit on his heavy attack, so yeah, really good. But also, check that out, because whenever Beta Ray Bill is like immune to a shock, power drain, or power burn, he gains a bar of power from like that immunity, and it has a cooldown obviously, but it's still really nice because it just supercharges his ramp. And like these fights go by so quickly because he starts with like an extra bar of power. It's like a PS1 boost, but just in a regular fight. So yeah, that's also really good. Like, you know, in the right scenario, this man is a cheese god. Like against Red Skull's, future Ant-Man's, against like power drain or shock, or like even just like power burn, he's a really strong champion. But here's the cool part, he's just strong in general. Like here we have this fight that, you know, he's not really the best for. This is the armor up meta, so he does kind of like do well here because of the pulverize, but also he gets gimped because of the armor breaks and inequity. So yeah, it's like a trade-off, I guess. But yeah, even this Killmonger, he does pretty well because Killmonger, he gains power whenever he has a debuff on him, but Bethany over here is all passives. So yeah, the horse, he's pretty good for like these debuff punishers. So here we go for the SP2 in a second after I charge the heavy attack. Here I do it, and here I kind of mess up because I I didn't see him dashing in. So what's supposed to happen is the first 4 like intensifies are supposed to intimidate them, but the 4th one doesn't intimidate for some reason. So watch out for that. Be careful with the 4th one. But yeah, here I dropped the SP1. Pretty good damage there, and yeah, like one more SP1 should do it. So I go for a combo, and then I drop the SP1, and this one is now over because look at this damage. Like the second Fury is just, it one-shots anything really. And yeah, we beat Man-Thing there. Normax is going to showcase Man-Thing very soon, I'm pretty sure. But now we have the big guns here. We have this Labyrinth Star-Lord fight, and this is like, it's crazy how he was designed for this, even though he does like any other health pool really well. But yeah, he was made for these type of fights because yeah, in these fights you get to stack up to 12 shocks, and then you get to do like, you know, the 3 Fury rotation, and that damage output is really crazy. And you're gonna see in just a second here what I'm talking about. But like here we go for just like a regular start. We go for the SP2, we drop it right here, and now we're at 10 shocks. So yeah, a very nice start already. And yeah, after this, it's time for the second SP2, and that'll push us to 12 shocks. 12 shocks is the maximum, and then it's time to just start doing a whole lot of damage. So as a reminder, Star-Lord here has 3.3 million health, I'm pretty sure. So let's just see how fast he does it. No synergy, no recall masteries, just him by himself. So we charge up the heavy attack. And are you ready for this? This is just like, you know, whatever, not too strong of damage. It's fine. I don't know why I hyped it up for some reason, but now it's time to get hyped up because this is like where Beta Ray Bill, or Bethany, sorry, starts to really pop off. So yeah, here we go for the SP1, and the first one is very nice. Obviously that's really good, but here's the cool part, we get 2 more of those SP1s. Here I slow play it because the pause lasts for 20 hits, so I want to like budget my pauses. So yeah, here we drop the SP1 again, and that burst damage is just so crazy. And yeah, like okay, I'm sorry, but like I just can't stress enough like how good his animations are. That SP1 is so satisfying, and it just does so much damage as well. Like that burst right there was insane. And yeah, now after this, here's the cool part. He doesn't start over the ramp, he just keeps on going. Like check this out, we're gonna go for a SP2 in a second after he drops his. We're gonna go for the pause, and then yeah, we just, you know, we have the 3 Furies up already, so it's like we're not even starting over, we're just continuing. So yeah, like the damage output is going to be nutty right off the bat. So check this out. We're doing 29,000 mediums, and then we're going to go back in here, drop the SP1, and yeah, look at this damage. So crazy. Just such a cracked champion for like these type of fights. And yeah, we go for like the relic, and yeah, game over. By the way, the relic, if it's a Thor relic, he gets plus 25% buff potency, and it's like any star Thor relic. So yeah, just when you use this guy, have the Thor relic ready, because he will like need it essentially, because like the damage output, like the increase in damage output is just way too noticeable, like with and without it. But speaking of damage output increases, we have the very cool Masteries on for this final fight, and I want to showcase this because he is 50% resistant to bleed and poison. So yeah, he is really recoil friendly, and I feel like this just adds more to his popularity, because you know, people love to run those Masteries, me, like myself included. Like I love the recoil Masteries, and like using it for questing and stuff, it's just so good. And like he can handle them big time, like he is really good with them. So yeah, here I go for the SP1 in a second. Now here's the thing, he's good with them, but like the damage output increase, it's nothing too crazy. I mean, okay, to be fair, that is really insane. Okay, I'm gonna just stop talking, because like that was a massive burst of damage, and yeah, like one SP1 just does it. So it's shaved off a few seconds for sure, like 7 seconds, not too bad. And yeah, Beta Ray Bill, Bethany Ray William, really good character, really strong. Like if you like damage, you are going to love this character, because he has so much damage, he counters so many tech characters, and yeah, he's just so much fun to play. So let me know your thoughts on Beta Ray Bill, and yeah, that's about it for me.